Hello, you've clicked on this video because you want to hear me talk about UCL Fantasy. That is a fantastic decision. Let's get into it. I'm going to talk about my Matchday 13 review quickly, then look at the fixtures for Matchday 14, talk about the transfers I'm going to make and transfers you should probably make as well. Let's get into it. Arsenal kept another clean sheet. Thank you very much. Raya, star man. Unfortunately for me, these aren't really differential players. I think they're very highly owned, or at least they should be. Raya, Gab, Saliba, everyone's got them. Garcia got his standard 1-pointer for Barcelona. Will he ever keep a clean sheet in the Champions League? Nah, doubt it. Hakimi, clean sheet as well. And also Pacho got a clean sheet. Unfortunately, he was on the bench. I had a decision to make whether Pacho was going to be on the bench or Szoboszlai. I went with Szoboszlai just because Salah wasn't playing, so he was on pens. Unfortunately, it didn't work out for me. Bayern Munich had a great game. Elise, he's looking like one of the best players in the world. He's a much better player, in my opinion, than Vinicius Jr. He only got 5 points. He could have had a lot more points than that. Kane, glad I kept the captaincy on him. If I was going to twist, I would have gone on Yamal. In the end, it was the right decision. Only 4 points for Yamal. Dure was my differential last game week. He scored, which is good. Unfortunately, everybody else has got KK, who also scored and got the star man. So he's the one that really, one of the players who hurt my rank. Him and Alvarez are not on my team, so I fell 400 places. Disappointing. I mean, the amount of work I put into that team looked really good. Had a big green arrow for the first day, and then the second day, red arrow, 400 places. But I'm still inside the top 5k, which is my goal for the season. I've played, this is my 3rd season, of inside the top 5k each season. I was ranked number 1 overall for a week 2 seasons ago. So every season I want to finish inside the top 5k. That's like my minimum. And if I get good luck, I'm going to have a fantastic rank. So I'm not like making these decisions like I have to be chasing rank and go for fancy differentials. I'm just going to pick the best players, play the optimum strategy, in my opinion, and see what happens. Elsewhere, Dembele, 2 points, Ekitike, 2 points, disappointing. So with my free transfers, what I like to do is sort of rule out players that I know I'm going to keep no matter what and see who's on the chopping block. So because Arsenal are likely to qualify, I can't be transferring out these players. These players are all fit. They're all nailed. Going to keep them. I'm not going to waste a transfer on a goalkeeper, even though Garcia is nailed on for 1 point tomorrow, keeping him in the team. I can't get rid of Yamal. He's the best captain by my numbers on Tuesday. He's staying in the team. Elise, I can't get rid of him. After I bigged him up saying he's one of the best players in the world, which he is, he's staying in the team. So is Kane, best captain for Wednesday. Jonathan Tah is on the chopping block. Even though Bayern Munich are likely to qualify, he's got a yellow card. He's 1 yellow card away from suspension, so if he gets booked, he will miss the first leg of the semi. Plus he plays on the second day. And yeah, I'd rather get in somebody who plays on the first day than him. So he's going to get transferred out. Can't transfer out Hakimi, Pacho, Dure, Dembele when they're likely to qualify and play on the first day. Which leaves us Ekitike, who probably will start. Very likely to get subbed off early. Hasn't looked very good recently. Yep. And Liverpool unlikely to qualify. So that's why I'm going to get rid of the 2 remaining Liverpool players in my team and Jonathan Tah. Those are the 3 players I'm going to get rid of. And if I have a look at the fixtures, there we go. Arsenal got the best fixture by far. Home to Sporting. So if you've still got some Sporting players in your team, don't expect them to qualify. You should be looking to move them on, especially if you've got Suarez in your team. He's on a yellow card as well. 1 yellow card, and he'll miss the next round. Not that Sporting are going to be playing in the next round either. There's going to be a lot of teams out there with Mbappe, Vinicius Jr. Those 2 players on a yellow card as well. Real Madrid unlikely to qualify. Hard trip away to Bayern Munich and the play on the Wednesday. If I don't have those players in my team, but if I did, I would be looking to move them out. for the reasons I've just stated. Yep, against away to Bayern Munich. The players that I'm interested in bringing in, playing the first day, I'm not going to bring in any more PSG players because the ones I'm interested in are quite expensive. So I'm probably going to bring in either Barcelona players or Atletico Madrid players. Even though Atletico are at home, Barcelona are still the favourites, but Atletico are obviously favoured to get through. So there we have. Atleti got a 74% chance of qualifying for the next leg. I've got the win percentage figures in here, so it gives you an idea of who's likely to be favoured in the semi-finals. So you can see that Bayern Munich are the favourites to win the competition, even though they likely to play PSG in the next round. Whereas Arsenal, best chance of qualifying, probably going to play Atletico Madrid, and they're second favourites. It just shows that if Bayern or PSG get to the final against Arsenal, they'll be favoured. So as it stands right now, to summarise, I think Bayern Munich would be favoured over PSG in the semis, and say Bayern Munich played Arsenal in the final, Bayern Munich would be favourites. Yep. So if you have a lot of players who are on underdog teams, you want to be shipping them out to make sure that you have a full squad for the next round. And also think about how many players are in your team who are one yellow card away from suspension. So I've got a list up here, which is I put on X. There's so many popular players that are one yellow card away from suspension. I mean, everybody's got Yamal. I was thinking about bringing Cancelo in, but a yellow card away from suspension. He's quite a popular player. Ruggeri, I think you pronounce his name like that. Seen plenty of teams with Simeone in. Van Dijk, and then the two popular players for PSG. Two centre-halves and the goalkeeper for Bayern Munich, one yellow card away from suspension, and plenty of Real Madrid players, popular Real Madrid players as well. And I mentioned Suarez, one yellow card away from suspension. I'm not going to bring in any of those players. Well, I am going to, I tell a lie, I am going to bring in one of those players. So, moving ahead right now, this is my team reveal. Give you a clue. Long-term, loyal FSD followers get the best advice, and I know I've spoken many times about getting the split right. You want to front load the first day, so then you can just put in your 3 players on your bench for the 3 lowest scorers. And that's what I've done. In goal, we have, no surprises, Garcia. I have already banked his 1-pointer in, and then I'll bring in Raya for Wednesday's game. And obviously, Arsenal got the best chance of a clean sheet. In defence, I have got a transfer here, as I mentioned. I'm keeping my PSG boys, Pacho, Hakimi, as well as the 2 Arsenal defenders, and I have gone for Lenormand. I am unfamiliar with how to pronounce his name, as well as every other player in Europe. I've had a lot of decisions to make here. I went for I can't even say his name, Lenormand in the end. I would have brought in Hanko, but he's injured, and he's not. He hasn't been booked. Lenormand is on 1 yellow card away from suspension. Ruggeri, I like him, but 2 yellow cards away from suspension. Sorry, he's on 2 yellow cards, 1 away from suspension. He's up against Yamal. If he can get through, you know, he's unlikely. It's very hard to not get booked when you're up against Yamal because he's fantastic. Another defender in my thoughts was Cancelo for Barcelona. But again, he's 1 yellow card away from suspension, and Barcelona are unlikely to qualify, and I don't have too many Barcelona players in my team right now. And I mentioned how Mendes, I do like him. Yeah, Mendes for PSG. Another guy on 2 yellow cards, 1 away from suspension, and he's expensive. So in the end, the best out of a bad bunch is Lenormand. Okay, centre-half, plays for Atletico Madrid. Yeah, out of my 3 free transfers, he's the one that I'm least happy about. Yeah, Let's move on. Midfield. We've got a transfer in midfield, and it is Danny Olmo. Come on down. Get yourself in the team, son. There he is right there. I'll talk about everybody else first. Yamal is the best captain by my numbers for Tuesday. It's obvious. Elise, fantastic player. Dure, like him a lot. Rice, underrated. Nailed. Arsenal are going to qualify in the team. Instead of Olmo, I would like KK in. Kvaratskhelia for PSG, but he's expensive. For me to fit him in my team, I would probably have to sell someone like Yamal, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to sell the best player for Tuesday, my captain. So I'm going to have to go without KK for another game week. I hope he doesn't hurt me yet again. There's nobody that I want from Atletico Madrid in the midfield. So it's between Olmo and Lopez. I've gone for Olmo. I think he's going to start. As I've referenced in the graphic, Barcelona are favourites at home to away to Atletico Madrid. So he is a bit of a differential. I haven't chosen him because he's a differential, but I think he's the best option for my team right now. Thinking about the construction of the squad and forwards, we've got a transfer here. Alvarez. It had to be Alvarez. Out of my 3 free transfers, he's the one that I wanted in the team the most. I had Ekitike. I had to transfer him out. He's at best going to play like 60 odd minutes. There's not a lot of good forwards. I was thinking about Rashford, but Barcelona will likely qualify, and if they get through the next round, will Rashford be playing? Not if Rafinha's fit. Luis Diaz, I like him for Bayern Munich. He's cheap, only 7.5 million. But he plays on the second day, and I want to get more players on the first day. So out of this lot, I've only got these 2 playing on the second day. So these 3 Arsenal players will come on for these 8 players here. It just maximises your chances of getting a good score and keeping a good score and not benching a good score. And how does that look on the old percentages? So what are we looking at here? We've got all the teams here. Their chances of qualifying for the next leg. I've ranked it. Arsenal most likely to qualify. And look at Sporting and Real Madrid down there. Grim reading. You need a miracle. And these are the number of players I've got for each of these clubs. So I've only got 3 players from an underdog, Barcelona. And the way that works out as, I'm going to have, these are the chances of each. So my chances of having 0 players qualify for the next round, 0%. Unfortunately, 14 and 15 players, 0% as well. But the magic number is 10. I want to get 10 players or more into the semi-finals. So with my 5 free transfers, I can get up to 15 again. And I've got a 78% chance of getting at least 10 players. Good numbers, good odds. This is something you do need to think about. Who's going to qualify to make sure you've got a full squad for the next round? Unless you're a casual manager and you don't even think about this at all. And you just go, they'll be fine. I'm going to have Real Madrid players. They're a good team. Yep. I'll have players on a yellow card. They'll be fine. Are you a casual manager? You got to ask yourself that. No, you're not. That's why you're watching this channel.